Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter Show. On today's show, my favorite new features in ProPresenter 7 in 2023. Hi, and welcome again to the ProPresenter Show. This is the show where I teach all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Alan Clifford. And before we get started, if there were some new features that you really enjoyed in 2023, why don't you go ahead, like, subscribe, click the little bell icon, you know, all that jazz that YouTubers say. So 2023 was a really big year for ProPresenter 7. And what I didn't realize until I started putting all this together is that there were, in fact, 5 major revisions of ProPresenter 7 released. So that's more than ever before as far as I can remember. So let me go through some of my favorite features with each of those and we'll go from there. So in 7.11, which was released in February, we had background blurring and inverting. In fact, I did a tutorial on what we could do with that from my church, our previous Christmas presentation. So that was a fun one. In 7.12, we had advanced text fill. So now the text could be filled with blurred or media or whatever. And also CCLI auto reporting using the new CCLI API. Now, what was really important about that is that almost immediately after that was released, CCLI, not Renewed Vision, CCLI shut down access to their API. Now, it had been a couple of months since the new API had come out, but it was still a little faster than I anticipated that it was going to be. So, not that I have any power or influence or anything when it comes to that. It was just something that I thought was interesting.
Hey there, aspiring ProPresenter Pro. Are you tired of getting tangled up in tech trouble? Want to impress your congregation with mind-blowing visuals? Well, look no further. Introducing ProPresenter 7 training at Church Tech U, your secret weapon for unlocking ProPresenter's full potential. Join me as I dive into the world of captivating presentations, smooth transitions, and jaw-dropping effects. From beginner basics to advanced tips and tricks, I've got you covered. Don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. Visit churchtechu.com/free trial for a free month now. Did I mention it's free? And revolutionize your ProPresenter game. Your congregation will thank you.
Next, we have ProPresenter 7.13 with Pro Content, which enabled you to search and eventually download and get media directly from Renewed Vision. So you didn't have to go out to a third-party website. You could get it from Renewed Vision themselves. And there's a ton of content there. They actually bought a library and hired the creator to come in-house for them. I know that some people have mixed feelings about it. I think it's really great. And there is free content, so that's worth signing up for. 7.14 had capture actions, so you could add an action or put an action in a macro. Either way, add an action to a slide or put an action in a macro to start the capture, whether you're recording the output of ProPresenter, live streaming it, or both. So I thought that that was a huge thing. And we had the ability to tweak alpha with some new settings, including using separate outputs. So while there is a bit of an issue if the outputs are HDMI because they're not synced together, you could still use HDMI, which is something that you couldn't do before. Before, you would have to use a decklink card and split and change those from SDI to HDMI if your video switcher was HDMI only, for example. So that was a big thing. And 715, this is one that came out very recently, and it's the long-awaited looks transitions, so you can do a dissolve between looks, which is really something a lot of people have been clamoring for. And my personal favorite was video delays and the test pattern that went along with it, so that you could sync up the audio and video on certain displays alone. So those are my new favorite features just in 2023 in ProPresenter 7.11 through 7.15, 5 different versions released in that year. So really cool stuff. If you like this content, you'd probably like my ProPresenter 7 Quick Start course, so head on over to TDM.fyi/pro, the number 7 and quick. Give me your name and email address, and I'll make a login for you for free. Until next time, this is Paul Alan Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.